Hello, Dragons. Please take out your interactive notebook for AIM 15. This is a page we had in the past, and some of you might have worked on it independently. But we're going to review it today to prepare you for Day 6 DPS review. All right, there it is. Least common multiple, notes and practice. If you don't have it, I will put a printable on Google Classroom for you. Feel free to pause the video, work this out independently in pencil, and then resume the video to see if you got your answers correct. All right. Least common multiple, notes and practice. I can find the least common multiple between two or more numbers. Word bank, least common multiple. Common multiple, multiple. A blank is the product of a given whole number and another whole number. Which word goes in the blank? If you said multiple, you are correct. A blank blank is a number that is a multiple of two or more numbers. It can help determine when two events will occur at the same time. If you said common multiple, you are correct. The blank blank blank, abbreviated as LCM, is the smallest multiple, other than 0, that two or more numbers have in common. You said least common multiple. You are correct. Good job. All right, you have finished the vocabulary section of AIM 15. The simplest method to finding common multiples and the least common multiples is to make a list or table for each number. Circle the common multiples. Choose the lowest of the series. The smallest common multiple is the LCM. All right, let's highlight these directions here. These are the steps. How does it work? If you're looking for multiples of 12, you're going to create a series. You're going to multiply by 12 over and over and over again. This first number is a factor. This symbol means to multiply. This other number is a factor. What you create in the final column, those are your multiples. For example, 1 times 12 is 12. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 12 is 48. 5 times 12 is 60. So we created a series because we're trying to find the LCM for 12 and 16. We're trying to find the LCM for 12 and 16. Now, we're going to find multiples of 16. Again, this is your factor, a whole number, times another factor. Notice it's a whole number. Whole number. Now we multiply it out. 1 times 16 is 16. 2 times 16 is 32. 3 times 16 is 48. 4 times 16 is 64. 5 times 16 is 80. Let's look for common multiples. They have 48 as a match. And in this particular list, I don't see any other common multiples. So not only is this guy a common multiple, he is the least common multiple. Common multiple common multiple. And because we did not extend the series any further, it is also the LCM. The LCM between 12 and 16 is 48. What patterns did you observe in the table? What patterns did you observe in the table? We multiplied by the same factor over and over. Does that remind you of something from grade school? It's like skip counting. How is a factor different than a multiple? How is a factor different than a multiple? Factors multiply together to get the multiple, which is the product. Word problem. Real life application. The newspaper club at Marshall Middle School meets every 6 school days. The math club meets every 8 school days. Lewis is a member of both clubs. He needs to make a plan when both clubs meet on the same school day. Both clubs will meet today after school. After today, when will both clubs meet on the same day again? This one has a pattern of every 6. This one has a pattern of every 8. So what is the question asking? It is asking, what is the LCM for 6 and 8? I'm going to zoom in closer on this for you, because we're going to make some lists. I am just mimicking the pattern from before. Sometimes you have to go beyond 5, depending on whether you find a match or not. So first we're going to work on the 6s. Finding multiples of 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 3 times 6 is 18. 4 times 6 is 24. And 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, we've started a nice list for 6s. Let's create another list for 8s. 1 times 8 is 8, 2 times 8 is 16, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 8 is 32, and 5 times 8 is 40. After we create 2 lists, we look for things in common. I see that 24 is in common. On these 2 short lists, I don't see any other common multiples. But I do know that 24 is one of the common multiples. And in this circumstance, because I did not continue the list any further, 24 is also the least common multiple. Otherwise known as the LCM. They will meet again in how many school days? The 2 clubs will simultaneously meet again in how many school days? They will meet again at the same time in 24 school days. They will meet again at the same time in 24 school days. They're still going to meet independently of each other every 6 and every 8, but they match up again in 24. Now, we have a beautiful, completed, correct page 15 in your interactive notebook. Thank you.